Then comes symbols, names, and images and designs, particular designs, particular images, something very special to denote something else. So these things are all these things put together. We call it as intellectual property. It is in fact a property just like tangible property. In every introductory speech, I tell this point stressfully because you should clearly understand that this is nothing a new or nothing which was not existing. It is existing, just like a piece of land in front of you. Probably you want to buy that land. Of course, you cannot encroach that land if because at present, let us assume it is owned by somebody else. Once somebody else is owned, you have no right to enter that compound and do anything. Through due process of government processes like registration in the registration department and all these formalities you complete, pay required fees and other things, and the registration department will give you a title deed authorized. That is the proof that you are the owner of this piece of land. And if you are the owners, you can do anything and everything within the boundaries of that house. And you build even sky-rise buildings. Even you can lease it, you can rent it, you can even do agriculture. You can lease to somebody for doing agriculture and lot of things you can do. But without your permission, nobody else can even enter your property. So that is called exclusive rights. So once you are the owner of this property or landed property, you have acquired the exclusive rights over this property. You cannot even see that this property is existing within the brain or mind of somebody. That's why it is called intangible intellectual property. As you know, if you are asking somebody where does the mind exist, where does the brain exist, where is the intellect exist, answers would be different, but no converging or conclusive answer. So the intellect is called intellectual property, and that also gives you an exclusive right to protect your intellectual creations. So that is the speciality of intellectual property right. Just like the piece of land I have told, once you are the owner of that landed property, you get undue benefits over the land. Similarly, once you acquire an intellectual property, in the same way, you have exclusive rights to own that property, and you can use all legal systems or rights to make wealth out of that intellectual property. That is so special. That is why in the globalized economy as one of the tool for creating wealth. So as I have told, intellectual property is that which results from the creations of intellect in industrial, scientific, property right granted to the owner of the intellectual property for a limited period. So it is the legally enforceable exclusive right. These terms are very, very powerful and important. Number one, legally enforceable. So you get the legal ownership, and also exclusive rights exclusively for you. That means the owner. That's all. So what is the purpose of granting? Creators, it gives official recognition to the creator who has created this. We always ask, even in the quiz program, we are asking who invented radio, who invented television, who invented telegram, telephone, and all those things, and so on. So it comes with an answer that is the name of the inventor or creator. So remembered. So that is why it gives a lot of recognition to the creators. That is protected as it is his property, and also it provides incentive towards creative endeavors. Once you do something creative, outputs lot of monetary benefit. My ongoing talks, I will be showing one or two examples how wealth is created by inventors. So it incentives towards creative, just like the landed property. Suppose you don't property, you won't get any returns. You develop certain you grow and cultivate a lot of crops and all, you can get revenue, or flats or whatever it may be, you start making revenue out of that. So in the same way, this intellectual property just imagine some 20 years before, what were the technology existing in industrial. Just imagine some 20 years before, what were the technology existing and what is the technology that is existing today, including mobile phones and various technologies. Lot of new products. So new products has given life to lot of industries. Even for the existing industry itself, that has been upgraded to accommodate the new technologies and new trends. So lot of industrial growth has happened in the country, in our country as well as in other countries also. So IPR system actually facilitates industrial growth in a country. It also promotes research and development and encourages investors in R&D. Because as you know, through research only new products, new technologies are developing. So IPR system promotes research and development and also encourage investors. If there is right IP system exists, they invest, and when the research output comes up, that will be taken away from our hands. So that creates always problems. So yes, investors will be interested to invest in R&D in a country which has got strong legal IPR protection. Also it protects the interests of manufacturers and marketers, as I have already told. And also it prevents the piracy of original works. Every day from newspaper and media, we understand that piracy takes place, whether the case of commercial films or even other plagiarism, different terminologies. But the thing is, stealing the original work, that is called piracy of original works. So proper IPR system prevents piracy of original works. Similarly, to provide protection for culture, traditional knowledge, and folklore. As you know, this all this IPR system or IP protects new knowledge only, not old knowledge, or which is otherwise called traditional knowledge. We know our country, especially Kerala, is a hub of traditional knowledge in various aspects, in medicine, in health care, in other folklores, arts, and culture. We have got lot of rich, tremendous traditional knowledge existing in our country as well as it. So for all these things are well protected, and hence nobody can claim the ownership of this traditional knowledge because it's already existing. So it provides protection for that. We have knowledge data library system TKDL in Delhi, which documents all the traditional knowledge available and etc. And purpose of granting IPR. Also, always to students, I give one more advice in the sense now, if you have a patent, what are your benefits? Patent is, of course, one form of IPR. I will explain the other forms in the next slides. Once you have a patent, you will be recognized as a good scientist because all scientists have got patents. Okay, so all scientists belong to a class of holding patents. So I always say that once you have a patent, you will be recognized as a member in the club of scientists having patents. That is a great recognition. Also, that will help you for your career, whether you go for any placement interviews or other, even your career improvement. When your performance is evaluated, if they come to know that you have got number of patents, that will give you a lot of added advantages. In our experience now, we have found that most of engineering students who have got patents, they got job very easily of having patents or similar IPs. So there are immense benefits and purposes of granting IPR. As per TRIPS agreement, there are basically 7 forms of intellectual properties. Those are patents, copyrights, trademarks, industrial designs, layout designs of ICs, geographical indications, and trade secrets. So these are the 7 forms. And in this overview of IPR, I will be explaining what are the different forms of intellectual property rights like patents, copyrights, etc. So, with the help of your one mobile phone, because you are very familiar with this instrument, all of you are having this instrument. That is why I have taken that as one example. I can explain very well these intellectual property rights. For example, you look at the functionalities of a mobile phone. It has got lot of technologies inside, even right from your touch screen technology onwards. It has got lot of technologies, similarly lot of processings, signal processing, and so many functions, so many technologies. All those things are having patent. So